Steve, my assistant, has been kind enough to point out this may be more difficult for some people, so I want to re-explain it a little more slowly, a little more carefully, be sure people understand it. The question is to find the area between two curves. The answer for the area between curves is we simply subtract the two curves and take the integral. You put, I think, if you graph it, we see x plus 2 is on top of x squared, so I put the higher curve on top, because you put the bigger number on top, you subtract. If you did it the other way around, you would have gotten a negative number out of it, and that's how you know you would have done it backwards, and you would just make your answer positive. So it really doesn't matter which you put on top. If you have two curves or two equations, you want the area between them, subtract one from the other. Here's the first, here's the second. Subtract the second from the first, make the integral, and take the integral. And then you can do that with an indefinite integral. But the trick to get the area is we need a definite integral. So we have to get the lower bound and the upper bound. So the first step is simply subtract them and take the integral.
Right.
That's an easy step.
Very good.
You're used to that. What's only new is we have to find where did the two curves meet. That means we set the first curve equal to the second curve. That gives us an equation we have to solve. We have to solve that for x. We get two values.
We've done that before as well when we were doing critical values and stuff.
Right.
So
But we've solved equations even in algebra. You can have this equation to solve in algebra, not know where it comes from. In this case, it comes from the first curve x plus 2 equals the second curve x squared. Because at this point, the x values, in fact, the y values, the curves are the same. So we want to solve that for x. We got two values for x, minus 1 and 2. Those are the lower and upper bounds. So once we have it's the integral of first curve x plus 2 minus second curve x squared, and we have the bounds minus 1 and 2, simply a matter of computation. We compute the integral as x squared plus 2 plus 2x minus x cubed over 3. That's the integral, which is pretty easy. Then we put in lower and upper bounds. What does that mean? It means I compute this with the upper bound as a number. I compute it with the lower bound as a number. I subtract the two.
Very good.
I didn't make a mistake with signs, which you have to be careful with. Then we get the
For
final answer.
whatever reason, when we just went over it that time, it seemed a little bit more clear. So I feel that the last video